Live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our BB16, I almost said 15, post-season interviews, joined by the one and only, I'm not going to tell you because I like John
Yeah,
to steal that
I don't
thunder.
know. Okay.
So first, you guys know the deal. You can follow me over on Twitter. I'm at Reality Recaps, and who's here with me? John.
Hey guys, John Richardson here. So glad to be back with Eric. And of course, talking to the fabulous Victoria from BB16. We're so excited. I'm also manning the chat.
Hey.
Hey girl. I'm also manning the chat room on my big ass iPhone 6 Plus. Sprint says it's called a phablet. Not a tablet, not a phone, but a phablet. You can follow me at Comedy Jonah.
Go ahead, Victoria.
Hey guys! Well, you guys obviously know who I am. You can follow me on Twitter, Victoria R Photo, and on Instagram, Victoria R Pro.
There you go. And now don't you have your Facebook page too for your
Yeah.
photography?
So my photography, you can look it up. It's Victoria Rafaeli Productions. I own a photography company, but it's a production because I do events. So check that out, like the page, and enjoy the work.
And the links to that will be below this video when when it's edited and up tomorrow. You guys know the deal. It'll all be there. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps support our shows. And a lot of you don't seem to know, so I'm going to tell you now. All of our shows are also on iTunes as well, in audio and video version, and broken down into a whole bunch of feeds. So you guys can get them there or on our website or YouTube. And of course, check out all of our Big Brother content over at YRRLiveRecaps.com/BB16. What else, John? What? Ooh, Victoria is feisty, and I am
Okay, I'm loving it.
I am loving it too. Okay, Victoria, right off the bat,
Yes.
why did you give Derek $500,000?
Oh my God! I did not give Derek $500,000. Honestly, if Derek didn't win that game, then I don't even know. I mean, that game was his job. He is a mastermind. He manipulates people on a daily basis. I mean, he's a cop, so he interrogates people. He just knows how to flip the script. And I called it week 2 that he was going to win the show. Thankfully, I was his ally, and if it wasn't me winning, it had to be him, so I would do anything to help him once I thought I was leaving the house, but the rewind button saved me.
Now, Victoria, we saw your face when you learned that Derek was a cop on the show. Have you had a chance to put it into words at all? Like, what?
Not really. I mean, now we speak on a daily basis, and it's weird. Like, I text him, and I'm like, I'm texting a cop. Who are you? I'm still, like, in shock. Like, we have spoken, and it's just, like, it's weird. Like, I just feel like I don't know who the real Derek is. I've lived with a different person for 97 days, so it's just weird.
Well, we watched him, like, change his facial stuff. Like, I was all thinking, like, 21 Jump Street. Like, you know, he started getting all these kind of disguises, which was great. I love it. I love a good outfit change, just like you gave us, too. But, yeah, it was so shocking to see everyone's face, especially yours.
Yeah, I mean, I did not expect it. Out of all people, I did not expect Derek to be surprising me with such a huge, huge secret.
Well, I gotta say, Victoria, I'm not even sure we know who the real Derek is either with how good he was playing this game. But we will find out tomorrow because Derek is joining us tomorrow.
Oh, I cannot wait! I cannot wait!
Send us your questions, Victoria, with hashtag YRRLive, which I will also let all of you guys know that are watching right now. You can leave your questions below this video if you're watching in YouTube or in our chat room, or tweet us them with hashtag YRRLive for Victoria right now. Now, all right, so it's been about, what, 2 weeks now since Big Brother is over. I guess it's kind of the cliche question, Victoria, but is there anything that you kind of regret now that you have more information being this far out of the game? Is there anything you wish you would have maybe done a little differently?
I mean, not really. I was the last girl standing. I made it to final three. I fought so hard. I had, if you're not accepted or if you're not in the first week, basically, or the first 2 days, you're out. And it's very hard to get back in. So I had to play the la-di-da girl in La La Land. But you know what? It worked, and it got me to final three. I knew every step that Derek was taking. I knew what was going to happen, who's going home, who's getting put up. I just had to act stupid, and that got me to final three. So I wouldn't change a thing.
Now, Victoria, normally, like, I'm trying to think of who I would say here as an example, but of course I can't think of anybody off my head. Normally, I would challenge you on that statement a little bit. However, because I admit I was having a little fun with you during the season and being like, I can't believe Victoria's going along with this stuff. However, your whole turnaround that last week, I was like, this is the real Victoria. I freaking love this Victoria. You were giving Derek such shit. You were like, no, Derek, I'm on to your game. You were like in this like black outfit, and you were like in his face. We're like, so really what you're telling me, Derek, is you screwed me over. I was like, yes, Victoria. Where was this Victoria? I loved that, Victoria. I wanted more of that.
Oh, thank you. Well, you know what? Derek has had my back since day one. And final three, he told me he's not going to take me to the final two because he thought the jury was going to vote for me, just like Frankie stated when he left the house. But I wasn't going to let him slide. I mean, come on. I was going to give him a little piece of me. This was my only time I really had to fight for my life in this game. So people actually saw me fighting for my life and driving Derek crazy. I needed to get into his head and drive him crazy, and maybe for him to be like, oh my God, she's making me feel so. I wanted him to have a guilty conscience that if he did win the final HOH, he would take me. That was the whole getting into his head and driving him crazy. But, I mean, you would have seen that, Victoria, if my life was on the line earlier in the game, but I never was, so I never really had to do any of that fun stuff.
No. Well, my favorite Victoria was the actress Victoria. No. Okay. And I loved it. Golden Globe, Oscar nominee. You were so great when you were dissing Derek. Do you have an agent now? Are you going out on auditions?
That was honestly such a fun part. I mean, I fooled an actor, like the person who can tell what's real and what's fake. I mean, he cried. That was so fun. I loved it. Usually, I had to play this like la-di-da girl, not really talking with anyone to stay in the game because me and Derek were working together, and and in the beginning, people did want me out, and he would just say she doesn't know anything. He would just he would weave his way through for me to stay in the game. So I just had to play stupid, but it was just really fun now, a talking game and just fooling someone. That was so fun. It was a fun time in the house.
Loved it.
I loved it. I was so upset. I thought I wanted to see the cast reaction to finding out that you played them. When we didn't get that on the finale, I was so pissed off. So let me ask you this. Do you know has anybody from the cast, like Frankie or Kody or any of them, have you told any of them yet how that was all a setup, all a lie, and how did they react?
I haven't really spoken to them, honestly. Like, when we speak, it's not really game. It's more like, let's get out of the house. What's going on with you? How's your life? We don't really speak game anymore because that chapter is over, and it's nice to just be ourselves and not have to be paranoid. Mm-hmm. But I know that it got to a lot of them. Like Kody and Caleb really want to talk to me because they were like, you're being really rude to Derek, and what's going on? He's getting hurt. It was cool to see that reaction, and then he had to calm them down and be like, no, it's fine, because he didn't want them coming at me. But right. For them to actually think it's real and for them to feel sorry for him was amazing. I loved it.
Yes, that was amazing how you helped Derek win. I want you to win, Victoria. I
know, but you know why I did that? Because of the rewind button. I wasn't going to stay in the house. So I knew I was leaving, and I needed Frankie to take him to Final 2. Frankie won that final HOH. That was the whole reason for that whole entire fight. But obviously the rewind button sent Frankie home, and then I stayed, and then I gave Derek hell his last week in the Big Brother house.
So, on the show, though, Victoria, I mean, we obviously watch the feeds, so we kind of know what really happens versus what's shown on the show. Now,
Right.
on the show, they kind of made it seem like the whole fake fight was Derek's idea, but it was actually all you, and I think you deserve the credit for that plan.
Why, thank you. Yeah, I don't know why they made it Derek's idea. That was my idea. We were just chilling in bed, and I was like, we need to do, if I'm leaving, we need to do something. So I appreciate that. Thank you for the credit.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was good. I thought it was like we were spicing it up in the house. Now,
Yeah.
Now, Victoria, we're getting a lot of this question, so I'm not going to just single any one person out. But all of a sudden, there's been these pictures of you and Zach a lot online.
I'm getting that in our chat room too. What's going on?
Victoria, any comments on a relationship postseason with Zach? Don't lie to us, we're gay.
No comment. I'm just kidding. Me and Zach are friends. We both live in Florida. You know, we were like, I guess, rivals on the show. We were like brother and sister. No dating. No.
Mm-hmm.
We're like brother and sister.
So did you
With
guys like
benefits?
hug it?
Did we what?
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, you are you are gay. Did you guys hug it out over the pink hat? I mean, we saw you rip it up on TV. Like
My pink cat.
your pink hat.
Yeah, he is over. He got a new one. That spoiled kid for his freaking birthday. What the heck? So he's fine. He doesn't care about that hat. It was just funny. I never got to Zach on the show. And I knew that arguing with him would only feed into his, like, you know, he would just get all happy about it. And it would feed into all his, like, hyperness and his, like, high about, like, you know, his craziness. So I was like, I got to do something to really get to this guy. And I needed to rip that hat up. I knew that hat meant everything to him. That was my hat. I was like, there's no way that kid's going to make a fool out of me on national television while I'm wearing my hat. Zach, I told you not to mess with me, and you didn't listen. So sorry, not sorry. I told you not to mess with me.
I freaking love this, Victoria, if I haven't said it yet. I know what this Victoria.
Thanks.
And now, Victoria, a lot of people in our chat on Twitter are in love with you, too. And a question I'm seeing a lot is from, like this one, from Kaya Terrera. I'm so horrible with names. Victoria, will you ever travel and meet and greet fans that live in different cities?
I definitely will. I would love to do that. It's really hectic getting back to everyday life. I've only been in Miami for a week. I'm trying to get a meet and greet done here. I think it's going to happen in about a week or so, maybe a week and a half. But definitely in the next few months, if I can do that and arrange those trips, then why not? I love my fans. I want to meet them, and I would just love that opportunity. So hopefully you'll be seeing Victoria in different cities.
Okay. Make sure you let us know when you do it, and we'll tweet it out so that everybody knows about it too.
Perfect.
Okay, go ahead.
Perfect.
We'll put it the links below the show too. Go ahead, John.
We have Daniel on Twitter, but posting in our chat room is posting all over the place, Victoria. I love Victoria so much. She has a special place in my heart, fan since day one. Can you say hi to Daniel?
Hi, Daniel.
He also wants to know, did you actually get Adriana's number?
I did.
Adriana.
I mean,
Do you mean Ariana, as in Grande?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Ariana Grande.
Ariana.
It's okay. John doesn't know names. It's okay.
My West Coast accent.
It's so
Sorry.
good. Me and Ariana actually met on the finale, and it's crazy because I feel like she's more like my sister now. Just because I've been living with Frankie, she doesn't really seem like a celebrity. It's more like a sister. I was excited to meet her because I felt like I already knew her and I already loved her. So she took my number. We've been texting. She is the sweetest, and I love her. So yeah.
Oh, that makes me so happy to know, because I know there are all these people that want us to hate her and want us to hate, and I'm sorry. I have the gay dance pop gene in me, apparently, and I love that break free. I love it. I'm breaking.
She has an amazing voice. She's an amazing performer. She has an amazing talent, and I wish her all the best. She's amazing. I love her.
She was fun on Saturday Night Live, too. She's good.
Yeah, she is
She is.
amazing.
And she sings for real. I love that. Now,
Oh, yeah.
here's an interesting question for you, Victoria. This might shape the rest of our interview, how you answer this.
Ooh.
Okay, here. It is from D. Schwomini again, and he says, the TV show compared Derek to Dan. In a pregame interview, you said your favorite player was Dan. Who do you think was a better winner now, Dan or Derek?
Obviously, I have to go with my man Derek. I mean, he had to act for 97 days, lying constantly, basically what Frankie was doing, but Frankie was so transparent about it, and Derek just held his composure and literally did it for so long. He hid a secret from me. We were talking about everything. I mean, Derek knew everything about me. I thought I knew everything about Derek, but he is an amazing player. He just would say one word and would get his way in every nomination, everything. He's amazing, hands down. Derek's a better player. Sorry, Dan.
And he didn't have to be a super douche all season to do it.
Exactly.
So, sorry, not a Dan fan. Hi, Dan. John, did you have a chat room question, or you want me to go to the next one over here?
No, just comments. We've got Noah, who also needs a shout out. We've got people competing with Victoria shout outs in the chat room.
Okay, well
Can you
then.
give a shout out to Noah?
Hi, Noah. What up?
Okay, we'll have Victoria do one more shout out. Then we don't want people just begging Victoria for shout out. Here is a question from Dave the Wave 3. If you got to final 2, Victoria, what would you have said in your speech? I love you.
Basically, what I would have said is that people wanted me out since the first week. I was the outsider. You know, I come from an Orthodox Jewish family. No one really understood where I came from. It was very hard to mesh with these people. We come from totally different worlds. So I would basically say from week 1, I've been fighting my heart out. And 9 nominations, I'm still here. And to make it to final 2, something that everyone, the house guys, thought was impossible, I made it. So I definitely think I deserve the money, and I held my composure through all those 9 nominations. Never freaked out, never backstabbed, especially Derek. You know, I knew so much about his game, never spilled anything to anyone, and I was extremely loyal to him. So.
And I lied to you all. You thought we were really fighting. You moron.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you thought I wasn't playing the game? I played oh my God, I fooled Frankie. I mean, who could do that?
Anybody? A 4-year-old? Why do I hate Frankie? I really actually liked him and supported him all season, and all of a sudden I'm just anti-Frankie in all of our postseason interviews for some reason. I've
heard some. I've heard some.
Well, you know, we don't need to talk about that. We don't need to go to the super negative about the Franks. Hey, here's a question from Kody Powers, who says, hey, Victoria, did being nominated 10 times affect your game plan or throw you off in any way?
100%. You saw when Frankie was nominated twice, he freaked out both times. The second time, he couldn't even win the competition that he won the first time. I was nominated the first week. That threw my whole entire gameplay off. My head was at a different place. I wasn't really in focus. You just go, your mind is just in other places, and it's just extremely hard. And the fact that I held my composure and was able to still compete and still be in the house and not freak out, I mean, I give myself a lot of credit, but that 100% affected my gameplay. I am such a strong woman, and being nominated the first week sucked.
But and look how far you made it. That is a test. Like I get that there is obviously haters. I don't think that's a
100%. I think if there's no haters, you're not doing anything right. You must be doing something right if there's haters. Come on.
We know.
There's no haters here. In fact, Jess in our chat room wants to know, how is your relationship with Nicole? I loved your relationship in the house.
Me and Nicole are actually very close. We text daily. We speak on the phone like once every 3 days. You know, everything's hectic. She's actually with Hayden right now. She went to go surprise him, and she visited him for his like party. Yeah, so I mean, we text. We are very good friends. She was a true girlfriend on the show, and to find that genuine friendship is hard in the Big Brother house, and I'm so thankful I had her because she's amazing. I love that girl. And we're only 14 days apart. We're literally like twins.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is true. Now, I'll tell you this, Victoria, and I don't mean to put you on the spot with this, but since you talk to Nicole all the time, I will you need to tell her she's one of the people we get the most requests to have on this show. Like, people want you, they want Derek, they want Kody, and they want Nicole. Those are the people who our fans all want on. So you need to tell Nicole, let's go. Bring your man with the pretty hair. And
100%. I'll talk to that girl, and I'll tell her she needs to do an interview ASAP.
Tell her to get on it. Her hey call.
Will do.
Now, speaking of Kody, here is a question which I don't really remember this that much, but let's see what you think.
Okay.
Nadra Pinkin says, do you really dislike Kody? And if not, does Kody know how much you disliked him in the house? Now, I don't feel like you disliked him in the house, but I'll let you answer. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I love Kody as a person, but in the house, we are working with the same person. We're both literally fighting for Derek. I'm thinking Derek is my #1 ally, and he's thinking Derek is his #1 ally. So, of course, there's going to be tension, and it's not in any of Derek's interest to have us get along, because if we do make it to Final 3, he needs to make sure that both of us are taking him and that Kody doesn't switch last minute and take me. So, yeah, there was a little bit of tension, but it was just game. It was just, you're talking to Victoria? Okay. It was just more like worrying if we both get to final, or if all three of us get to Final 3, who will take one another. But I love Kody. He's amazing. He's such a sweetheart. Me and Kody love each other. It was just pure game and paranoia.
Have you seen any of his underwear ads yet?
I haven't.
I will have
I've seen it in person.
That's true, but they're jock strappy, if you know what I mean, and then like thonged back. I'll have to text you some pictures after.
Ooh, please do.
Or maybe not. What was your favorite competition to play in this season, Victoria? Because we all know you are warrior princess, so I want to know, what was your favorite competition? What did you have the most fun playing this season?
Definitely the dominoes one that I played with Caleb. That was such a cool setup. The competition was so much fun. And I actually love the punishments that we got with it. I mean, minus the slop. But, I mean, Adam and Eve, who gets to do that? And I got to shave his hair off. So that was pretty fun. I mean, I love that competition. And me and Caleb just got so much closer. I love that competition. Amazing.
Were you aware, I forget if you were involved in the conversations where he tried to act like he had something bad tattooed on his head, so you were in on those conversations?
100%! He wouldn't stop telling me, like, over and over again. He wanted me to shave my hair off. I was like, Caleb, what world are you living in? Like, what? I mean, we decided before we did the comp what we're going to do, and then he just, like, freaked out. Yeah, I definitely was in those conversations, and I did not believe one little bit of it. I mean, come on, Caleb.
Now, I have to say, and we're getting a lot of this, too, one of the funniest moments of the season, I think, for the live feeders was, and here, I'll let Zach Adams 88 tell you. Funniest moment about you, Victoria, was your bird story about being picked up and carried away. Victoria, did crows really carry you away when you were
okay. So when I got home, my mom told me that she was getting so many questions and everyone was asking if it was for real or not. It was a huge bird, but it wasn't a crow. But I did get picked up by a huge bird, and I'm extremely traumatized by birds. Do not like them, terrified, and unfortunately I'm like traumatized, and it sucks. But yeah, it's true. It just wasn't a crow. I made a mistake. Oops.
So, I don't know, John, I broke my pen, so now this is what we're working with.
Awesome.
I'm jotting down in case Victoria goes to Reality Rally this next year. If we're competing against her, we need prop
Right.
birds. And we will
Oh, there we
throw
go.
we will throw fake
Notes. Let's
birds
make these notes.
at
Throw fake
Victoria.
birds at her.
That is how we will beat you in Reality Rally.
Exactly. I must say, you've got the perfect prop to beat me because
I'm
I
gonna
will
wear
run off
them.
that stage.
We'll have a whole headdress, and I'm just gonna throw them as I'm running by
You got it. You beat me. That's it. That's it. I just see those birds and I run.
A lot of people want to know too, Victoria, would you do Big Brother Israel if you were invited on that?
Actually, I was getting asked, and I don't know. There's a lot of talk. I don't think I'm gonna do it. One summer was enough. And to do it in a different country is completely different. The whole concept is different. And I don't have much family in Israel. It's a lot of friends that I have in Israel. So I don't know if I'm going to take on that offer, but I might, but I don't think so. But I was asked to go.
Well, we're live, Victoria. So, well, you let me know if you need me to edit that out later.
All you thousands of viewers watching. Shh.
Yes. That's
Just kidding. I don't know. I mean, who knows? I might go, but nothing is for sure. And there's a long time until next summer, so we'll just wait and see how this year goes.
You mean next summer? That's not going to be All Stars Fans versus Favorite?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Here's another question, and I'm interested to see what you think about this because how do I want to put this? I like Donnie the human being. I just don't think he was able to adapt to the game Big Brother and was very passive-aggressive and not entertaining to watch. Now, we learned in the post-season, backyard interviews, what Curtis 9181 is saying, and it's that Donnie said that he crossed your name off the bathroom door. What, did you hear that? Do you know what the deal is with that? Have you talked to him about it since he said it?
You know what? I heard it after we got out of the house. I did confront him about it. He did say that it was his idea and that he did it. I was honestly very hurt by it. I think that's very malicious and personal to do. I mean, to cross out someone's name. Caleb, that was when I was the last girl in the house. The boys, we were just like a family, and they felt like brothers to me. They didn't even want me to see it. They had to pull me aside and be like, Victoria, you need to see this. We're going to cross it out. You need to put your name on the door and just pretend it never happened. I was very hurt by it. I thought it was Christine, so I do apologize to Christine because it wasn't you. It's very shocking that Johnny would do that. I don't know what would make him do that. It's very childish, very malicious. I'm over it, and I think it's ridiculous, and it's so out of jealousy. So it can't be me.
Speaking of childish and jealousy and just plain weirdness, we're getting a lot of questions about Caleb kind of getting a little obsessive with Amber.
Oh my God.
How was that in person? Was it as bad as what we saw?
I've been hearing that it was extremely bad, the way that you guys viewed it, the viewers.
I needed a shower.
Yeah,
I was just,
It was really intense in the house. It was crazy to actually see that. It was very uncomfortable a lot of times, and it was a lot. I think it was a lot more than what you guys even saw because we lived it. So it was just crazy.
What if, instead of Amber, it was you? Would you have tried to use Caleb to your advantage with your, feminine wilds?
100%. What? Caleb is such a loyal guy. He doesn't go back on his word. And I would definitely use him to get as far in the game as I could. I love Caleb. He's an amazing person. First off, he's such a sweetheart. My parents love him. So I think that was a little bit also of her loss. I mean,
Yeah.
Even as a friend, you know, you don't even have to have a showmance, but as a friend, he's guaranteeing you that he's going to take you, that he's going to be loyal to you. Caleb doesn't go back on his word. Use that. It's a game. What are you doing?
Seriously, you use him as a big dumb battering ram. Just
100%.
hide behind him and have him punch through everyone.
Yeah.
And look, I know we always look for the things to find that are funny to comment on all season, and of course we gave Caleb shit for being a stalker all season.
Well, to me, I mean, he was kind of stalkish, but he's like a big horse. Like, they're big, they're strong, they're powerful.
Oh, yeah.
But, honey, you're the one sitting on top, and you're the one controlling it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Girl
exactly.
to girl, you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
Quick question, guys. Can I go get my battery charger because my computer is about to die?
Go.
Yep.
You
I'm
go run
running.
and get
Oh,
it.
yes.
You go run and get it. John and I got this. John,
this.
now would be such a great time for us to let everybody know. I was going to do our Siri thing, but let me let everybody know this first. Of course, we are coming back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, with Derek, so make sure you start putting in your questions now for Derek. And of course, if you guys want to see other Big Brother 16 people on our show, start tweeting them on Twitter, tell them to come on. And if you want to
So sorry.
no problem. I'm just finishing telling people that they can become a patron, or if they have Amazon shopping to do either on the sidebar of our website. It really helps support our shows and allows us to keep bringing you people like Victoria on our show. Okay, so my point about Caleb just was, I think a lot of it was editing with him as well. And I say that as someone
100%.
that likes to give him shit for being a stalker all season. We really got to see more of what a good heart he had, I think, as the season progressed.
Once Amber was out, we got to get to know him a little better.
You know what? 100%. Once Amber left, me and him were Adam and Eve, and then ever since then, Caleb did open up. And he was that funny, loving guy that we were all looking for all season, and we finally got him.
Well, it was like Amber just left, and then you were Adam and Eve. And we were a little worried as fans, Victoria. We were like, this, okay?
Yeah, he did not think
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this question from one of our faves, Brandi, who says, so then, Victoria, do you think that Amber was leading him on at all? Or no, do you think Amber was leading him?
From the conversations that I did have with Amber about him, she definitely wasn't leading him on. She straight up told him that she doesn't see him anything more than a friend. He just, I guess, pushed it a little bit too far. I don't really know. I wasn't there when they were having conversations. But from what I know, she was not leading him on whatsoever. She told him straight up what's happening. And that's why she left, because she literally was saying Caleb's her target, the one person that told her he's going to keep her until he can friggin' stay in the game. He went on the block for her. Any more loyalty than that in this game, and I don't know. I don't know what you expect. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, my feelings changed towards everybody as the season went on. The people I thought I was gonna love in the beginning, I didn't really, and the people I hated, I ended up loving.
But you always loved me. You can't say you didn't.
Right.
I always thought you were hysterical.
Oh, thank you.
Here's my honest Victoria during the season. I thought you were very funny. I loved it. I didn't think that I'll be honest, I didn't think that there was a lot of what you were doing was strategy-wise, like I said, until that last month. Then when we got into that last month, I'm like, oh, she literally is just playing kind of like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, but you really did.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Well, I fooled you guys too then. That's kind of cool.
You did. You totally did. I loved it. And we always thought you were funny. I mean, look, there were people that made the feeds worth watching. And you were definitely one of the people. You were definitely one of the people.
Thanks.
But speaking of the feeds... Oh, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
Colleen in the chat room wants to know, who is the most difficult to live with? Maybe like clean wise, just like I
think you guys heard it in the nominee. It was one of the evictions, and I don't think it ever really happened. It was the one that was supposed to go home on. I'm pretty sure. when it was the whole button. But definitely Frankie, he's very messy, very dirty. I'm not used to living with someone like that. The house is a mess as it is. And, you know, once he left, the house was just a lot cleaner. It was crazy how much, like, we saw a difference. There wasn't food being left out. There wasn't toenails on the floor. I mean, yeah, that was hard.
So you would say when he left, you had one less problem.
100%.
Oh,
100%.
girl.
See what I did there? Yeah, oh wait, I know what I wanted to say. John, was Colleen in the chat room? Was that our Jaded Peach, Colleen?
Yes.
Okay, then Victoria, I will allow you to give a shout out to Colleen because she was one of our people that actually 24/7 all summer long was tweeting out to everybody on our Twitter what you guys were doing.
What a sweetie. Okay. Hi, Colleen.
And
love you, girl.
yes, and I will also say, so was one of your biggest supporters, John. I think it's BB16 superfan John, also one of the people.
John,
hey, John, what up?
Yes.
Yes, they loved you.
Thanks for the love and support. I love you guys.
They love you, huge fans. Okay, Victoria, I know I asked you what your favorite competition was to play in, but Dina Twerks, Raquel wants to know, what was the most difficult competition to play, and she loves you.
Aw, love you too, girl. Definitely the horse one. That was super hard. I mean, I was wearing jeans that weren't even mine. They were huge. It was like 100 degrees outside. The horse weighs more than me. I'm this like tiny 5-foot girl, and that was just extremely hard. I wasn't into it, and I was like, all right, Hayden, you told me you're gonna win this thing, so just win it. I can't do this. I'm sweating, and this is not for me.
Yeah. Dina also wants to know, which this was going back to the live feeds comment, what was the hardest part of being in that house for you just in general?
Definitely not having any privacy. I mean, I haven't seen myself clothless in front of a mirror in about 4.5 months. That's kind of hard. I mean, when you're going out of the shower, you have to be dressed 24/7. That's crazy to always be with clothes on and you never just feel like basically free. You're always with makeup, always with clothes.
Right.
That was really hard. And, I mean, no privacy whatsoever.
You know what's sad about that, Victoria? I thought you were saying you didn't want to look at yourself in the mirror, so I was like, oh, I hear you. I didn't want to look at myself in the mirror for the last 5 years. And then I just realized it was because you couldn't, and now I'm sad.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. That's hard. You forget. Like, you're always constantly with clothes. You have to always be cautious, always with clothes. I mean, usually when I get out of the shower, I like to be in my towel, hang out a little bit, you know, like, but in the Big Brother house, you have to be dressed 24/7. I mean, if you don't want any pictures out, I don't.
Right, no.
I did worry about that.
Someone who takes pictures doesn't want any pictures like that out there, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and the food. The food was very hard because I keep kosher, so I literally didn't have chicken for 5 months. So my diet was very off. I was living on dairy. Wasn't the yummiest food I've ever eaten. That was extremely hard. The food, 100% hands down. I love chicken and meat, and not eating that for 5 months sucked.
Now, John, I'll throw it to you if there's something that it seemed like you wanted to say something. But first, let me say this. I'm surprised to hear you say that, Victoria, because I always saw you, like, eating slop all the time. You were never complaining. I feel like you never complained about the whole food thing, but I could be wrong.
I never complained, actually. I did get a lot of props in the house guests for not complaining. Complaining isn't going to help me very much, so I just tried to be extremely positive with whatever it is I have to do, and it just makes everything so much easier. It's just like, if I don't complain, I don't really think about it. Oh, but what's 2 weeks of my life? I mean, come on. I'm going to live until 120. I could do slop for 2 weeks. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I'll get over it.
You gotta share that secret with us. Okay, John, go ahead. What was your moment to keeping kosher?
Well, it was not necessarily kosher, but I was wanting to know, have you had a chance to kind of watch the season now? And if you have, what did you learn that none of us, that we've known, but that was surprised you? Or
so, to disappoint you guys, I haven't watched a season yet. Sorry, I've been so busy, and honestly, I lived it for 97 days. I was just excluded for 104 days. 97 days, I just want to, take a breather, and then hopefully in the next couple of weeks I will start to watch it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Well, here's one episode that I think you are going to love. First of all, I don't think there's anything that's going to upset you watching the season back. I mean, obviously, like the Derek DR's about playing you, but you seem to know that
100%.
you get that it's game, so I don't think that's going to upset you.
Yeah. And it's not done in a bad way either.
No, not done in a bad way either. One of the episodes that was really, in a way, moving to me, and I think whenever there's a break from the game, even though we're watching you 24/7 and it's real life, we're still all aware that it's a game.
Yes.
But your whole wisdom tooth, passed out in the bathroom, Victoria's gone, we don't know. What was it like for you going through that in the house?
It was honestly the most horrible thing, and I don't wish that upon my worst enemy. I was in excruciating pain. I couldn't talk. I mean, the day that I did faint, I was getting really bad heat flashes. I was freezing. My sweater was soaked because I guess I was sweating. I mean, my body, and thank God Nicole came to get me, but that was just really, I've never gotten an IV in my life. I am extremely afraid of needles, and that was the first IV I've ever gotten. I was so weak, I couldn't even say anything. I wanted Derek in the room with me, and I couldn't even say that because I was just so out of it. I missed the competition. I was out for a whole week. It sucked. Like, it sucked to go through that without your parents, not knowing, like, how my mother is feeling about this. I want her to know that everything's okay. It sucked 100%, but...
No, it totally sucked. You looked sick. You were swollen. We thought we were nervous when Jocasta was sick, and then we saw you sick, and I was like, was Jocasta really sick? Because you looked so bad. Like.
Oh yeah, they had to give me like IV of glucose.
Yeah.
And, I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, my wisdom teeth were growing in. That is. Derek, I mean, I heard him even say, like, I do not know how she's in this house with this much pain. And I was just trying to take it like a trooper, and it is what it is. Can't do anything about it, so.
That was like one of the most touching, dramatic seasons of the moment. We have all of the flashbacks on our website at YRRLiveRecaps.com/flashbacks, where people can go back and watch it. But one of the funniest moments of the season was afterwards, Christine retelling it to you because you were kind of in and out and didn't know what was going on. And, like, she's trying to tell you, and you're like, can you just make me a peanut butter sandwich? And she, like, I was done. That was one of my, I was literally laughing out loud.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the doctors, like, they were like, you have to eat peanut butter, and she was just trying to talk to me. I'm like, I just got out. I don't even know what's going on. Just, like, freaking make me something because I need some energy. I need to get back to life. I feel like a zombie right now. Like, I really do not care what happened. Like, don't care. I lived it. Just freaking make me something so I could feel like human again.
I'm going to tell you my trick, Victoria, which might help you since I'm feeling that we're twins. I'm also terrified of needles as well. And
What's your trick?
Well, here's what I did. I put off getting my wisdom teeth pulled for literally 2 years because I was terrified. What I finally had them do, I can deal with the prick, I just don't like to know the needle's in me, but I was also really afraid of being put to sleep. So here's what you do. Just tell them to lie to you. Don't do the countdown.
Oh, I do that all the time. I'm like, don't even tell me what you're doing. Just friggin' do it, and I'm not going to look. Love that trick. Use that trick.
I
do that. Twins. Come can.
We are. I once told a nurse to shut the F up when she was like, "Oh, I can't find your vein. I can't really find it. The blood's
You know
coming
what?
out."
You know what? That happened to me in there. They had to switch hands, and I was like, "Oh my God, my blood wasn't running or something." I don't even know what happened. That they were like, "This is weird. This never happened." But I was like, "I'm in so much pain," and now they went from one hand to another. I don't even have anyone to hold my hand. I was panicking.
Not even the hot ER? There was no hot ER guy there with you? No?
We don't get to see them. So no, it sucked.
Because I would have been like this. Here's what I would have done. Now, here's like, we can't go back in time, but here is a strategy for the future if you're on All Stars, Victoria, and God forbid something like this happens again. Pretend like you can't breathe, so the CPR people have to give you mouth to mouth. When they come close, just pull them in and be like, should I be trusting anybody? Who should I not be trusting? Who should I not be trusting? And don't let them go.
Oh my God, definitely using that technique. Love it.
That's what you got to do. And apparently have people yell over the wall. Go ahead, John.
Yeah. Well, no. So we talked about like having no privacy and in the shower or anything. Like that would kind of turn people off from maybe taking showers. What I want to know, and so does Khaleesi or Mother of Dragons and Will Kill, is who was the stinkiest? Who didn't take showers?
Ooh, I think you guys know the answer. I don't shower much. I think you shower like twice a week.
Who?
Caleb.
Caleb!
Yeah, he didn't shower much. He showered like twice a week. The boys really had it bad because they were with him a lot. I mean, me and Clay weren't that close, so like I was like, whatever. It's your hygiene, not mine. But the boys like really, they were suffering just a little.
Oh, all right. So postseason,
stinky old horse.
That stinky old horse. Exotic Latina says she ran home to make sure she got to see this show, and she loves you, Victoria.
Oh, what a sweetie! Thank you.
Now, Nedra is also saying, did you get a new necklace after the jury people came in the house and broke yours?
I definitely got a new necklace. The Big Brother, they're just amazing, and you know, I was really bummed out. That was my favorite necklace. That was my signature necklace, and the fact that it broke, I was like, what the heck? That's not fair. So they replaced it literally that day. They were super quick with it, and now I definitely have a new necklace. So that broken was in the trash.
Okay, I do remember. I remember Derek like was trying to fix it for you.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. He was trying to, but you know he couldn't be obvious because that's when you were fighting.
I know.
So like, I hate Victoria fixing this damn necklace.
Yeah, but then when I asked for a new necklace, they were like, Derek fixed yours, and I was like, what? No, he didn't. And that's why I confronted him because I wasn't even thinking because I was like, it's broken. Like, were you really fixing it? Like, what's going on? Just like tell me. And then he told me in the room, and I was like, oh my God. But yeah, he couldn't tell me.
One of your I'm gonna say fans because I always see them speaking positively of you on Twitter, the Victoria and Crow says, because everyone loves your Crow story, says, have you seen any of the tribute videos on YouTube about your and Derek's gameplay?
You know what? I have seen them. They're a little bit not the relationship that we had. I love the tribute videos. It was all of our memories, but you know, Derek's married. He has a wife, and they're a little bit like lovey, if you know what I mean. But I definitely love the memories. That's our relationship. We were definitely like brother and sister, and I do appreciate those tribute videos. They are thebomb.com.
So
we get it. I mean, everybody thinks Eric and I are, you know, having sex, 69ing. So.
What? They think that? I just thought they were a couple. Out of my brain. Out of my brain. Okay, so here then, Victoria, I mean, unless you don't want to say it again and you just did it, but I think that was the good point because obviously we are getting a ton of those questions which are like, oh, Victoria, it seems like you love Derek and you were obsessed. Like, what do you want to say to the people that keep, like, that are regurgitating that over and over again? Like, it seems like you were obsessed with Derek. Okay, floor is yours.
Me and Derek, honestly, were best friends in the house. We were literally like brother and sister. In this house, you need someone to be close to keep yourself sane, and that is exactly what we were. We never went overboard. We never did anything that would question his marriage or my morals. It was just I always told him he reminds me of my brother-in-law. He was just amazing. We had so much fun together. We just felt so comfortable around each other, and we could relate so much to one another. So I love the memories that we have, and me and Derek love each other, but like brother and sister. And sorry, you guys are all jealous that I had that with Derek and you guys didn't.
I don't even think it's jealousy. Now and again, I know we're comedic, and I hate to take like this moral platform here, but I think it's a double standard, and I don't think it's fair that you get shit, that Christine gets shit.
Yeah.
But you know what? Me and Christine are very different because she's married, I'm single.
I completely, well, right, but then weren't they saying that Kody was single?
True,
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Well, you're both women, and my point is you weren't doing anything. Neither of you were doing really anything inappropriate, but you two seem to be the focus of what who the fans want to channel their disgust with over it, but nobody's really channeling it towards Derek or towards Kody at all. And I just think it's a double standard, and I think all of you watching.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, it wasn't a one-way thing. You can even see in all those tribute videos. Me and Derek were always together. If it was him following me, if it was me following him. Brother-sister relationship, love us or hate us, that's what we were.
Right. And I also want to make it very clear, I'm not saying I think Derek was the one being inappropriate or Kody was the one. I'm saying nobody was.
But we're just getting all the like question, and they're not getting any questions about it. I totally get it.
Right. It's a weird double standard to me.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
100%.
So, who do you miss the most? And I'm going to remove Derek from the equation.
Aww.
Who do you miss the most now that you are out of the house? And who do you think you will always want to remain in, contact with?
Okay, well, I definitely miss Hayden the most.
Oh.
Me and Hayden did have a brother-sister relationship. He does remind me of my younger brother. We always would joke around. He would always make me laugh. He's the funniest person, and the only reason why I miss him so much is because we don't really keep in touch that much. I mean, yeah, we text here and there, but it's just hard because I haven't really hung out with him. He was in jury, so I miss him a lot, and the person that I will 100% stay friends with is Nicole. She is the sweetest girl. We're literally twins. I mean, our birthday's 14 days apart. And we literally had a genuine friendship, and that goes a long way. So definitely her.
Now, we have a question from one of my favorite BB12 players,
Ooh.
Andrew Gordon, Captain Kosher, BFFs with Brennan and Rachel. He wants to know, Victoria, did you ever end up getting kosher meat from Big Brother?
No, I didn't, Andrew. Friggin', I didn't have chicken in 5 months. I was literally going crazy, so sucks. I never got kosher meat.
And you just had your New Year, correct?
Oh yeah.
Happy New Year, which I'm not going to say. Not going to say the word because I don't know if it's Yom Kippur or.
No, it's the Rosh Hashanah.
There you go. There you go.
We did have the holiday Yom Kippur, which just passed this weekend. So you are correct. But the Jewish New Year is Rosh Hashanah, and yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
I need you and Derek to make me. I have John, and he's Native American, and he makes me
Ooh.
nice things.
Oh,
I
I'll
need.
make you very nice things. I'll make you some
Okay, I
sweet
want some
desserts.
nice.
Don't worry, I got you.
Okay, all right. Okay, this is gonna be
I
good.
got you.
We're gonna have the whole meal planned. We're gonna have all Big Brother people. Okay. So Victoria,
Yeah.
what then overall your whole entire Big Brother experience? What is the best thing that you're taking away from it? What's the best thing that you're taking away?
You know, this was such an amazing opportunity, and honestly, if anyone comes across this opportunity, they should 100% take it. I never knew how strong I could be. I mean, I was put into a house where I literally barely had any common common
Com-
not
no, but I want to
anything
say
in common.
commonality. Anything in common. There you go.
Anything in common with the house guests. You know, they barely knew what Judaism was, kosher. I had to explain to them. It was basically I was an alien, and they just understood each other, and I did not think I was gonna survive until the end. So I definitely learned that I'm a strong woman and that I can go such a long time without communicating with my parents and not come out of the house crazy. And I literally love this experience, just that I'm such a strong woman and I can literally do whatever I want after this, because if you can survive in the Big Brother house, you can survive anywhere. That's a fact.
Okay, so Victoria, would you do Survivor?
No.
She's not that strong, John. She's indoor strong. Like
Indoor
really
strong.
Hashtag indoor strong.
Hashtag indoor strong. I love that.
I'm right there with you, Victoria. I totally get it. Like I'll go glamping, I'm not going camping.
Love that. Love that.
Redheaded Michelle wants to know, what did you think about Team America, and were you surprised who was ultimately picked for it?
You know, Johnny, I wasn't really surprised. I figured he was gonna get like America's favorite player. That was obvious, for me at least from the beginning. Frankie, not surprised. He is Ariana Grande's brother. Derek, heck yeah, I'm surprised. What the heck? That's my best friend. Like, he's a beast at this game, man. Like, I thought I knew everything about him. He's just very, like, mellow. And I always told him, like, Derek, there's a reason why they picked you for the show, because you're not really, like, out there. You're not loud. Like, what's your deal? I questioned him so many times. So 100% Derek, because definitely didn't expect that.
I'm gonna grill Derek on a few things tomorrow night.
Please do. Please do.
Send me your questions, Victoria.
Will do. Will do. I'll tune in tomorrow. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe I'll send you the link and you can jump on and ask him yourself. I
love that.
Patrick Keen says, Victoria, and I know that he's a fan of yours, so I don't think he's being mean. He says he loves you, and his question is, what did it feel like to be evicted and then rushed right to the jury during finale?
I definitely expected it. I mean, the person that does get evicted from the final three goes to jury. It wasn't a shock to me. I was at peace with getting evicted just because I wasn't blindsided. I was waiting for it. I was expecting it all week, even though I drove Derek crazy. He didn't win HOH. I knew Kody was never going to pick me over Derek. So I was at peace with it, and I was excited to get out of the house and hear other people, hear the fans, meet Julie. It didn't bother me one bit, and I love seeing the jury. I miss them so, so much. So it didn't bother me one bit.
Is there anything that would have upset you? I mean, I guess we're going back and playing like the what if game, but like if you, let's say, had found out, which this didn't happen, but like if Derek had thrown the final three and so that Kody could evict you, would that have been something that would have made you go to Kody and say, this, and this happened, Derek's been playing you the whole time, we've been doing, or would you have still not expose Derek's game?
No, I would never do that to Derek. I mean, him having my back until the final three, I can't ask for anything more than that. He never threw me under the bus. You know, in the beginning, I needed to cling to him because I knew he had that social game. I was on the outs. People were not, you know, like socializing with me. I was literally like an alien in the house. I've never felt that way. So I knew that he had that social game. He always talked them out of getting me out of the house. And he got me to the final 3. I either needed to win those comps or I wasn't going to win and I wasn't going to be taken to final 2. So I would never expose Derek's game. Not at all. I am very appreciative that he had my back throughout this whole entire game.
Well, I agree, and I'm glad to hear, you know, I'm glad to hear more of how you feel about the game, because I feel like we only got these little short snippets of your diary room.
Oh my God, yeah.
To see what you were really thinking
Right.
like, in this game. So I love hearing all of these different sides to what you were thinking. Now, we do kind of need to wrap it up.
I
Go ahead,
have
John.
a question
Yeah,
on my own, okay? Because
I was throwing it to you next. Go ahead.
I cannot figure out how you got all those outfits and all those shoes in that duffel bag. Is that like your superpower, like packing? Like, how did you do that?
Yeah, come on. I travel to Israel every summer, so I definitely know how to pack everything and, you know, wrap it up in a little small so everything does fit. Yeah, that is my superpower.
And what's your favorite kind of picture to take? Do you like to cover like weddings? Is it what as far as photography? Because we know you're a photographer.
Yeah. I definitely love doing the boudoir. It's a very like sexy women. Love that. That is my passion, and I love doing that. I was promoting it even before I was going on the show. You know, I love doing weddings and I love couples, but boudoir, you really get to connect with the client, and it's just you make them feel amazing, and you're just like enhancing their features, and you're just making them feel like $100. So I love that.
So do any of the ladies, the previous house guests, get a discount for boudoir pictures from Victoria?
I can't give that much information out, but
no discount.
More importantly, John, are we taking any pictures anytime soon? I think John's fishing for a discount. So, Victoria, since we do have to wrap it up, what do you want to leave your fans with? What do you want to say to them? The floor is yours.
Well, guys, I love you so much. I wouldn't be where I am right now if it wasn't for your love and support. I love your fan mail. I love your amazing tweets. You guys mean the world to me. My t-shirts are still on sale, so you can check that out on my Instagram and my Twitter. And I definitely will be keeping in touch with you guys. There is a fashion, like a
fashion show?
No, like I'm gonna be like into like fashion, like a perfume line, like into like all So I'm gonna come out with a perfume line, probably a hair extension line. So look out for Victoria because she's gonna be around. I'm not going anywhere.
All right, Victoria, tell the people, and again, the links will be below in the edited show. Tell the people your Instagram, your Twitter, where they should be looking out for all this stuff. I want freaking hashtag, I want to say Team Victoria. We need to make it like hashtag Empire Victoria.
Ooh, I like that. I love that.
Tell them all of your stuff. Tell them all your places they can keep in touch with you.
Perfect. All right, well, my Instagram is Victoria R Pro. My Twitter is Victoria R Photo. My Facebook, Victoria Rafaeli. My photography is Victoria Rafaeli Productions. Keep in touch, and I love you guys, loving the support, and keep following. I'm loving it.
I'm going to let you have the last word, Victoria. We'll come back to you. John, tell the people where they can find you, what you're doing.
So awesome chatting with Victoria. Oh my gosh, I fell in love with her during her acting debut on Big Brother with Derek, and now I'm in love with her even more after chatting with her.
Sweet.
You can follow me at Comedy Jonah, everyone.
And on Wednesdays?
And
your Bravo, or your old Bravos.
That's right. See, I get so into Big Brother, I forget I have my own show with Princess Glammy at Princess Glammy on Twitter, where we recap all Bravo housewives, Manzoed with Children. I think that just started, and everything Bravo. So tune into that at 2:15 Eastern.
YRRLiveRecaps.com/Bravo is where
you go. There you go.
Do you love the Bravo housewives in those shows?
Oh, I love the Bravo housewives. Love, 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 love. I mean, obviously I've been out of this world for 5 months, but I freaking love the housewives.
Okay.
We'll catch you up. We'll catch
you up. Maybe John found a guest for the show, and you only need to worry about Jersey because it's getting really good.
Oh my God, I was just watching it. Oh my God, that is too funny. Love the Jersey one.
Love this, and I have to say, John, your Manzoed with Children, they're complaining about getting the Botox under your arms. I've gotten Botox under my arms every year for 6 months for like 6 months.
Under your arms, right.
Right. I'm just saying, don't mock it.
Under your arms.
Lastly, don't forget, check out all of our content over at yourrealityrecaps.com/BB16 if you want to watch our BB16 shows. Follow us on Twitter. All of our shows are available on YouTube and as well on iTunes. And of course, help support our shows. Become a patron. Thumbs up and subscribe. Share on social media. Until our next show tomorrow night with Derek. We love you, Victoria.
Love you guys. Thank you for having me. Bye, guys. Good night.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.